So, like I said, my starting beef is the myth of the mobile quarterback. In today's NFL, everything is being moved towards offense. And that's what I've been told. And everything's also getting starting to move towards the mobile quarterbacks. Quarterbacks who can extend plays. The days of the pocket passer are behind us. We need guys who can run around, throw on the run, extend those plays, supposedly make jobs easier for the linemen. And that's the flavor for the ever-changing NFL. And it's not just fans saying it. There's sports writers who are saying it. There's even executives. There's other teams going towards that. And I'm here to tell you, again, I'm not buying the new flavor. The mobile quarterback to me is like a topping on a cake, the icing. It is not needed. It does not make up the cake. But it is a good addition to a quarterback. And I start by saying, if you look at the top 10 offenses in this past season in points scored, only 3 of the 10 teams had mobile quarterbacks, or you would refer as mobile quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson of the Seahawks, and Trubisky of the Bears. And even Russell Wilson, his rushes are down 29% from last year. So I'm looking at as mobile quarterbacks are the new flavor, yet only 3 of the top 10 teams in points scored had mobile quarterbacks. You have the Rams, the Saints, the Patriots, the Steelers, the Colts, the Chargers, the Falcons. There's a lot of statues in those teams that I just mentioned. I'm also told in today's NFL, offensive line play is down. You need more mobile quarterbacks to compensate for that. Do you know who tells you that? Bad football teams. Because they don't know how to draft linemen or develop linemen. They don't know how to build a competent offensive line. And I would know. I'm a Giants fan. So those who tell you that mobile quarterbacks will compensate for your bad offensive line, they're usually a bad football team or a bad franchise. Don't believe me? Okay. Let's look at the playoff teams this past year's offensive line play. Per PFF, or Player Football Focus, only 3 of the 12 teams had offensive line grades in the bottom half of the league. 2 of those teams had mobile quarterbacks, in the Texans and the Seahawks. Do you guys remember what happened to them? They got wiped out first round. If you're not a PFF guy, fine. Per Football Outsiders, only 4 of the 12 playoff teams had a pass blocking grade in the bottom half of the league. 3 of them had mobile quarterbacks. The Texans, the Seahawks, and the Cowboys. 3 of the 4. So the mobile quarterbacks didn't help the offensive line's pass grade. I'm also told, like I just said, the mobile quarterbacks make linemen's job easier on pass protection because they can extend plays. When a rusher's coming, they can move out of the way, or they can get out of the pocket when needed. And theoretically, it makes sense. But the most sacked quarterbacks, 4 of the top 5 were mobile quarterbacks. Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers. They also did, in next-gen stats, QBs responsible for sacks, which are QBs who run out of a clean pocket, hold onto the ball too long, don't throw it away. And interesting enough, the top 5 QBs responsible for sacks are all mobile quarterbacks. Dak Prescott, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Mitchell Trubisky. I'm not saying mobile quarterbacks are not good. You need a quarterback sometimes who can, when a play breaks down and it's 3rd and 5, can run for the first. That's ideal. You need a mobile quarterback who can sidestep sometimes when a rusher's in his face to extend the play. That's true. But mobile quarterbacks can be a double-edged sword. Because they know of this weapon that they have, their legs. Where is the balancing act on when to go through my entire progression and when to just take off with the ball? When am I going to throw it away instead of let me extend this play and take a beating in the open field. That's the issue with mobile quarterbacks. They believe in their gift, so much so that they'll hold on to the ball way too long and take a beating. Or they'll try to extend plays when plays are not there. Don't believe me? Well, let's look at the injuries to QBs the last 2 seasons. Some of these names are all names of mobile quarterbacks. Rodgers, Tannehill, Mariota, Garoppolo. Well, Garoppolo's not mobile, but he decided to be mobile and blew out his knee. Carson Wentz, Cam Newton, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, Deshaun Watson. These are quarterbacks who all suffered injuries. These are all quarterbacks who tried to extend plays when there might not be a play to be made and take unnecessary hits. Do you know who guys who don't get hurt? Tom Brady, Eli Manning, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers. These are statues. And they know because they don't have that gift to take off and run. They rather throw it away or go down like a ton of bricks when pressure's coming to live to fight another day. When a quarterback gets hurt for a franchise, the season is over. Jimmy Garoppolo for the 49ers. Do you remember going into the season? The 49ers had high hopes. Could they win the division? Couple games in, Jimmy Garoppolo tries to extend a play, tries to get extra yards in open field, bam, blows out his knee. And the 49ers go down the tank. You can't afford a franchise quarterback to get hurt. You can't afford it. And everyone brings up Deshaun Watson, the poster child of the mobile quarterbacks who deal with bad offensive lines. Everyone tells you, well, look, Deshaun Watson can overcome it. You know, the last 2 years, Deshaun Watson tore his knee and the Houston Texans went in the tank last year. And this past year, he had a great year. He was playing with a punctured lung. He couldn't take plane rides with the team. He had to take a separate bus. Are you kidding me? That's no way you want your franchise quarterback to live. He's playing with a punctured lung. And the injuries are not the only evidence. Did you guys watch this past Super Bowl? Who were the 2 quarterbacks in it? Jared Goff versus Tom Brady. It was the battle of the statues. Let me read you some names of the Super Bowl winning quarterbacks the last 11 years. Tom Brady, Nick Foles, Peyton Manning, Russell Wilson, Joe Flacco, Eli Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger. Did you notice a trend? Only 2 guys that I mentioned are referred as mobile quarterbacks, Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers. There was a lot of statues. There was a lot of pocket passers who won at the highest level. So yes, I hear the new flavor of the month is mobile quarterbacks. But there's a reason that Dwayne Haskins is referred as the best quarterback by many in this draft. It's because he's a pocket passer. And you may call me old-fashioned, but I'm rolling with the statues for the Giants' next quarterback.